Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, here to say you decide the value of music. 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 Did a video not too long ago where I was talking about music streaming services. There was a wonderful individual off of Twitter whose name I can't remember off the top of my head. I have it right here in my phone, and it is Felix J. Morgan, who felt personally that I brought no ideas or cool concepts or conversation or, actual thoughts to this discussion. And he would much rather me talk about the value of music. And I said, Mr. Felix J. Morgan, I know that you may think, he did sort of go on to say, what do I think about these streaming services? What do I think about, sort of all this stuff devaluing music right now? And the fact of the matter is that music streaming services are not devaluing music. Record labels, platforms where you can buy digital music, all of this stuff is not devaluing music. People decide the value of music and always have, because music is only worth as much as people are going to pay for it. Sure, artists and record labels, they can set the price. They could say, hey, this record is $16. This record's $16. But that record is actually not going to be $16 unless somebody actually shells out that $16 to pay for it. These prices have come via an average of just all the musical prices sort of over the course of popular music history, and people who work in boardrooms at record labels know that a certain price point on a record is where that record is going to sell the best, because they have a bottom line to worry about. They have all of this sort of sales information that they analyze to death so that they know that their company is running efficiently. I know that it kind of seems like they're setting the prices, but the fact of the matter is that you're setting the prices, because things, again, are only worth what you are going to pay for them. When you stream music on YouTube for free, you are deciding the value of music. When you stream music via your Tidal subscription, you are deciding the value of music. When you buy music off of iTunes, you're deciding the value of music. When you go on Bandcamp and somebody is sort of doing a sort of pay what you want for this album sort of deal, you are deciding the value of music. Very apparently there. You decide the value of music, and you decide that more than ever now. It was not necessarily the case years and years and years ago, where the record labels really sort of had control over who had access to music. I mean, I remember sort of in my teen years, there was a very sort of small, or maybe it was large to the labels, but I remember there was a little class action suit that came as a result of what people were talking about as overpriced CDs in the news. And I remember with my mother, we registered to sort of be a part of this class action lawsuit, and I think, in the mail, we might have gotten back like $1.70 or something, or just like a few dollars. Nowadays, we have the opposite problem. I mean, we aren't being overcharged for music. Music is in every direction and is like, pretty much free to listen to. It seems like the only time you really pay for music nowadays is if you want to own the music, if you want to own the MP3 or own the CD or own the vinyl or own the tape. Just sort of listening to it, the internet is your listening booth, which is what people used to sort of refer to pirating as, like, the internet is the listening booth, people are pirating records, and then they're going to go pay for them and support the artist, when, that's actually not the case. And when people were doing that, they were deciding the value of music. They were deciding that, we would much rather just not pay for this music stuff. We like it to be free. Music is cheap right now because the audience decided that it was cheap. The audience decided that they would want it for cheap. All this free music that we're getting right now in every direction did not come as a result of like some kind of big boardroom meeting at Sony where one guy just stood up and said, hey man, what if we just start giving away this music stuff? So if you don't like right now that music is being devalued, the price of music is essentially just like dropping through the floor, then, I mean, that's the audience's fault, man. That's the audience's fault. The audience decided music was cheap. And, it was sort of an inevitable thing with just us having so much access to music just at the click of a mouse. So no, there isn't some government entity or big corporate office that you could petition and be like, raise the prices of music because music deserves to be worth more than what we're currently paying for it. What you're going to have to do if you find the falling prices of music problematic is act as if music is valued in a certain way in your own life. If you think music is worth a certain price, then pay that price that you feel it's worth. But, you know, just let it be known that's really what everybody is doing now. And the vast majority of people have come to the decision that it's just easier, it's more convenient if they just kind of stream it online for free. I obviously value owning physical copies of music, but I think the digital world is fantastic as well. I wouldn't know about a great deal of the music that I do. I wouldn't enjoy a great deal of the music that I do if it wasn't for the digital realm. And it's the same thing for you too. There are a lot of artists that I think are fantastic that never would have been put on had it not been for the internet. We are going to have our growing pains through this new world of digital media. This is sort of one of them, as we kind of adjust to what people actually want, what people are actually demanding in terms of what they want from music, how they want it to be delivered to them, and what they want to pay for it. That's it, man. You decide the value of music. You decide it. Forever. Zishin, what do you think about all this value of music biz? Do you feel like, you're not really deciding the value of music? Do you just feel like other people, companies, and these streaming services are deciding the value and you're just kind of, accepting that value? You're not really deciding it. No. No, I mean, or do you feel like you're taking a more active role in sort of, really influencing the value of music today? And to you personally, what is the value of music? Do you often find yourself just listening to music for free, pirating music, paying as little as possible for pay-what-you-want albums, or do you kind of find yourself, purchasing a lot of music? And for what reason do you find yourself doing one or the other? Do you have no money? Do you feel like you need to support the artists? Let me know. Cool? Cool. Anthony Fantano, value of music, forever.